Hello and welcome to the 26th Eurovision Song Contest, coming to you from the ODS in Dublin. Now, before we get down to the contest proper, we have a film to show you. It's a montage of scenes of Ireland, showing you some of our crafts and culture. So let's relax for the next 3 minutes or so. Beautiful film showing a snippet of Ireland to the world. The music for that film was specially composed by Noel Keelan and played by the RTE Concert Orchestra with leader Loretta Nelson and conducted by Noel. And now the girl with the big job tonight, Doireann Ó Briain.
Agus míle fáilte roibh chuig an fiche séú comórtas áráníochta Eorafise atá chraolanocht ó bhleac lia. Tá míid an sa an áras an Royal Dublin Society, cuman atá ráciad chéige bliain an saoil im líana. Beg fiche tír san amíocht de comórtas na híhanocht, agus beg an chláir a chréile an 9 tír ha fichid. meastar go méid breis 5 milliún duine ag éisteachling. Tásúlagam go miniu sibh anahainemh as an ihe. Bonsoir, mesdames et messieurs.
Well, Darren is best known at the moment for her daily show on Radio 1, Women Today. She made her first broadcast at the age of 8 as a child actress, and later, while still a student of French and Spanish at UCD, she got a job as continuity announcer with RTE. In 1972, she began reporting for television, magazine and current affairs programs. She went to Kenya for a year and returned home in 1976. In 1979, she went back to Africa and made an hour-long documentary on Tanzania. Now, later this year, she'll present a new television series called Handmaidan.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 26th Eurovision Song Contest, which is coming to you tonight from Dublin. We are here in the Royal Dublin Society, which this year celebrates its 250th anniversary. There will be artists from 20 countries competing in tonight's Grand Prix, and the programme will be transmitted in 29 countries to an estimated 500 million people. The order in which the songs will be presented has already been decided by the drawing of lots. The singers will be accompanied by the Radio Television Concert Orchestra, and before each song we'll be showing you a short film of the artists and composers filmed here in Dublin during the Eurovision week. So now it's time for the first song in the Eurovision Song Contest 1981, and I'd like to wish the artists and the composers the very best of luck, and I hope that all of you enjoy the evening.
The first country is Austria, with a song called Wenn du da bist, When You Are There, written by Werner Bumler. He comes from Linz and works in an engineering firm there and has been composing songs since he was a teenager. He's also a lead singer in a band called Concord, but he won't be singing tonight. Singing the song is a chap I met last year in The Hague when he was a member of the group Blue Danube. He's 22 and he's had lots of success in Austria on television and radio. He's also a songwriter and will be recording his first album next month. His name is Marty Brem. Now, conducting the orchestra is the conductor of the Austrian Radio and Television Orchestra, Richard Osterreicher. Now, Austria won the Eurovision Song Contest once in 1966. You may remember that when Hugo Jorgens sang a song called Merci Chérie. Here is Richard Osterreicher, conduct the orchestra. Giving a rose to Loretta Nelson. Because I think it was a rose. Marty Brem for Austria. Sorry for me to talk to you, you can hear me. And no one else here. Only you and me hear me. Oh, that's grand. Thanks, Colin. I'm grand, Colin. Thanks a lot, yeah.
Und die Blumen blühen, doch bin ich einsam. Und all die Menschen um mich her tun, als ob nichts geschehen wäre. Wenn du fort bist, hör ich das Vogelsingen nicht. Wenn du fort bist, gibt selbst die Sonne trübes Licht. Was ich tue, es ist alles fad und leer, dann fehlst du mir so sehr. Doch wenn du da bist und ich atme deine Nähe mir ganz nah bist und ich in deine Augen sehe, wenn du da bist, ich dich in die Arme nehme, dann vergessen wir die Welt rings um uns her. Wenn du da bist, seh ich die Bäume wieder grün. Wenn du da bist, seh ich die Blumen wieder blühen. Wenn du da bist, ja dann wünsch ich mir so sehr, bitte geh nicht fort, nie mehr. Wenn du fort bist, laufe ich ohne Ziel umher, ganz verloren, ich ausgehöhlt und leer. Wenn du fort bist, habe ich keine Pläne mehr. Dann fehlst du mir so sehr. Doch wenn du da bist und ich atme deine Nähe, mir ganz nah bist und ich in deine Augen sehe, wenn du da bist, ich dich in die Arme nehme, dann vergessen wir die Welt rings um uns her. Wenn du da bist, sehe ich die Bäume wieder grün. Wenn du da bist, sehe ich die Blumen wieder blühen. Wenn du da bist, ja dann wünsch ich mir so sehr, bitte geh nicht fort, nie mehr.
When Vida bist, Marty Gray for Austria. I don't know what the girl in the helmet had to do with the song, because it was just a love song. When you were there, I sit beside the telephone. When you're not there, I dream day and night alone that you are there. And I lie in your arms, and then I know I miss you so. I love you. Don't go. I suppose it takes all kinds. Well, next we have Turkey, and their song is called Dume Dolap, written by Ali Koçatepe, who's had a very varied career. He's a journalist who also produces music programs on television and radio, produces records, does football commentaries, and has made some records, and indeed has won many song contests. The Brendan O'Reilly of Turkey, you might say. Recently he gave it all up to go back to journalism full-time. Well, singing for Turkey are a group who were the first to combine Turkish traditional music with classical and pop music. They call themselves Modern Folk Trio, and they're joined for the Eurovision Song Contest by a girl called Shadow, who is in fact a ceramics worker making her first personal appearance. So if you're looking for a few tiles for the bathroom, I'll put in a word for you. The conductor is Uno Tunç, who comes from Istanbul and began his music career in 1961. He can play lots of instruments, but is best at the bass guitar, I'm told. He was in Paris indeed for the Eurovision in 1976. So for Turkey, Dume Dolap, which means carousel.
Yaşamak oyun değil arkadaş. Dünyaya gelmenin bir bedeli var. Dost bildiklerin tükenmez arkadaş. Sevgi insanların hamurunda var. Yaşamak dönme dolap gibidir. Onun da iniş ve çıkışları var. Talih bilir hep çıkanlar arkadaş.
Well, that one went down very well. Turkey and modern folk with Dume Dolap, which means carousel. There are actually 29 commentators chatting away here at the moment. 20 countries, as you know, are taking part in the contest. And altogether, 40 TV and radio services in 30 countries are relaying the contest. Well, two of Germany's best-known composers have written this year's song, Johnny Blue, Ralph Siegel and Bern Meinunger. They wrote last year's song, which came second, and they were also responsible for the 1979 German song, so they're no strangers to Eurovision. Singing the German song is a very vivacious blonde girl, Lina Valetis, who comes from Lithuania and moved to Bavaria when she was still a child. She joined a group straight from school, but it wasn't until she made her first record that success came to her. She now lives in Munich with her husband, and she has a little son called Marco. So Lina Valetis is going to sing Johnny Blue for Germany. The conductor is Wolfgang Rudelberger. Wolfgang is a well-known artist in his own right. He's been a singer and guitarist with many jazz groups and has composed many hit songs selling millions of copies in Germany. He was also the arranger of Theatre, which came second to Johnny Logan last year. Very distinguished looking gentleman around the ODS all this week. Lina Valetis for Germany and Johnny Blue.
Blue, blue, blue Johnny Blue, alle singen deine Lieder. Blue, blue, blue Johnny Blue, und die ganze Welt hört zu. Er wuchs auf ohne Freunde, denn keiner wollte spielen mit einem, der blind war wie er. Und er saß meist zu Hause, die Jungen dort draußen, die riefen bloß hinter ihm her. Sie riefen Blue, Blue, Blue Johnny Blue. Welche Farbe hat die Sonne? Blue, Blue, Blue Johnny Blue. Kinder können grausam sein. Auf der alten Gitarre, die ihm jemand schenkte, da spielte er, sie war sein Freund. Seine Lieder, die klangen nach Hoffnung und Freude und manchmal als ob jemand weint. Und er sang Blue, Blue, Blue Johnny Blue. Welche Farbe hat die Sonne? Blue, Blue, Blue Johnny Blue. Und die Kinder hörten zu. Und bald spielte keiner so wie er. Seine Lieder, die gingen den Menschen ans Herz. Und er malte Farben aus Musik und vergaß all seinen Schmerz. Und bald kamen 10.000 zu seinen Konzerten, denn er schenkte ihnen die Kraft, an die Zukunft zu glauben, im Dunkel des Lebens. Er hatte es selber geschafft. Oh Johnny Blue, Blue, Blue Johnny Blue. Und sie kamen immer wieder. Blue, Blue, Blue Johnny Blue. Keiner spielt so schön wie du. Blue, Blue, Blue Johnny Blue. Alle singen deine Lieder. Blue, Blue, Blue Johnny Blue. Und die ganze Welt hört zu.
Blue Johnny Blue.
Und die ganze Welt hört zu.
Oh, she's nice, isn't she? That's Lina Valetis and Johnny Blue. Well, Germany has never won the Eurovision Song Contest, but that's the favourite during the week. And indeed, this evening's papers in Dublin, the bookies, put that at #1, but we'll have to wait and see. Nice girl, though. Well, Luxembourg are next, and they've won the contest 4 times, but then they pick composers from all over Europe. You may remember Phil Coulter wrote their song one year when Geraldine sang for them. Well, this year's song was written by 3 composers, Sophie Marco, Jean-Claude Petit, and the singer Jean-Claude Pascal. the oldest swinger in town. He's 54 and won the contest in 1961. He's one of the best-known singers and actors on the continent, having appeared in over 40 films and has had dozens of hits in France and Luxembourg. He indeed received the Legion of Honor from the French president for his work as an artist and has appeared with some of the most glamorous stars in the world, so no wonder he has that glint in his eye. Conductor is Joel Rocher, making his first appearance at Eurovision, and indeed his first time to conduct a big orchestra, he tells me. Up to this, he's been writing songs and playing guitar in a small group. We certainly wish him well tonight. The song is called C'est peut-être pas l'Amérique. It may not be America, sung for Luxembourg by Jean-Claude Pascal.
C'est peut-être pas l'Amérique, mais l'Amérique, ce n'est pas tout. J'ai dans le cœur une musique, et cette musique, pour moi, c'est beaucoup. Elle vient du Nord ou de Provence, elle est tramontane ou Mistral, elle est le violon pour la danse, le cœur dans la cathédrale. Elle chante dans mes soirs de fête, elle berce mes nuits de cafard. Elle est balade ou chansonnette, elle est piano, elle est guitare. C'est peut-être pas l'Amérique, mais l'Amérique, ce n'est pas tout. J'ai dans le cœur une musique, et cette musique, pour moi, c'est beaucoup. Elle vient du fond de nos mémoires, elle vient d'avant que l'on soit né. Elle nous raconte notre histoire, nos racines et notre passé. Si l'univers est à l'orage, si la terre tremble sous nos pieds, nous continuerons le voyage pour qu'elle n'arrête pas de chanter. C'est peut-être pas l'Amérique, mais l'Amérique, ce n'est pas tout. J'ai dans le cœur une musique, et cette musique, pour moi, c'est beaucoup. Pour moi, c'est beaucoup.
They like it. C'est peut-être pas l'Amérique. It may not be America, sung by Jean-Claude Pascal for Luxembourg. In some of the countries indeed are receiving this program by satellite. A special Earth station has been installed here and it beams the program through OTS. That's the European satellite, picked up by countries like Cyprus, Dubai and Israel. And Israel's song is called Halela and sung by a group Habibi, regarded as one of the top groups in Israel. They were formed in 1974 when Shulmit Aharoni, a very well-known actress and singer, met up with the three lads, Uval, Kiki and Ami. Shulmit and Uval fell in love, got married and have written many songs. And indeed, Shulmit is expecting the patter of little feet in a couple of months' time. That's one for the girls. Now, they wrote the words of Halela. The music was written by Shuki Levy, who was born in Israel but lives in California, where he's been working on films. The group have won the Harp of David Award twice, which is a big honour in Israel. Israel, of course, have won the Eurovision Song Contest twice, in 1978 and 1979. The conductor is Eldad Shrem, a very well-known musician who has worked in America as producer, composer and arranger in the 1970s and has twice represented Israel in the Eurovision Song Contest as composer and conductor. For Israel then, Halela, sung by Habibi.
שכבר קרה, נדמה שכבר היה, נדמה שכבר נאמרו בינינו כל המילים, כל הצלילים. לילה לילה, מה שהיה, מה שהיה, שהיה בינינו, מה שהיה, מה שהיה, שאמרנו שנינו. כל המילים, כל הצלילים. לילה לילה, שאמרנו שנינו. מה שהיה, מה שהיה, שהיה בינינו, מה שהיה, מה שהיה, שאמרנו שנינו. כל המילים, כל הצלילים. לילה לילה, לילה לילה. הלילה, הלילה, יהיה זה הלילה, נאמר דברים שלא אמרנו מעולם. יהיה זה הלילה, שבו נאמר ללא מילים, ללא צלילים, נאמר דברים שלא. מה שהיה, מה שהיה, שהיה בינינו, מה שהיה, מה שהיה, שאמרנו שנינו. כל המילים, כל הצלילים. לילה לילה, שאמרנו שנינו. מה שהיה, מה שהיה, שהיה בינינו, מה שהיה, מה שהיה, שאמרנו שנינו. כל המילים, כל הצלילים. לילה לילה, לילה לילה. מה שהיה, מה שהיה, שאמרנו שנינו. כל המילים, כל הצלילים. לילה לילה. לילה לילה. לילה לילה. לילה לילה. לילה לילה.
Of course, they all get cheers from their own delegations. That's La Lela from Habibi for Israel. You may notice the centerpiece of the set is a representation of the Celtic gold torque, and just above the stage area is the crown designed from the original 2nd century bronze. It's really beautiful. Well, from Denmark come Tommy Seebach and Debbie Cameron, very well-known singers in their own country. In fact, in this week's Top 10 in Denmark, Tommy has 3 records in it, including their Eurovision song Kola Ella I, straight or curly hair, which is #1. Tommy sang in the Eurovision in 1979 when Debbie was one of the backing singers. Since then, they've worked together a lot, and they had the top single of the year last year. Debbie now has her own band, and Tommy is also a record producer. He wrote the music for the song. The words are by Kel Haik, who up to recently had his own group and has just formed a duo with his wife. The conductor for Denmark is a very well-known musician in jazz circles, Alan Buczynski, who has been named Danish Jazz Musician of the Year and is a member of the radio big band there, as well as performing with many groups. Kola Ella I for Denmark, sung by Tommy Seebach and Debbie Cameron.
Jeg har en søn på 2 med store lyse krøller. Jeg har en dreng på 3 med store brune øjne. Jamen jeg har bare en mere end du har. Okay, måske, men ingen er bedre end mine, for han er bare helt speciel, hvis jeg må sige det selv. Krøller eller ej, vi elsker vores børn. Brune øjne eller ej, vi elsker jeres børn. For en ting er lige, sig. Om vi 4 eller 60 har krøller eller ej.
Længe alle børn,
Lyse krøller eller ej. Vi elsker vores børn. Brune øjne eller ej. Vi elsker jeres børn. Og ingenting er givet. Vi håber alle på, at de må få de ting, de ønsker sig. Om de 4 eller 60 har krøller
Well, all the songs seem to be getting equal applause, I think. It's Tommy Seaback and Debbie Cameron, Gola Ella for Denmark. Actually, you wouldn't think this was the same place that the Indoor Horse Show or Funderland was held. It's completely transformed it. Fantastic it is. Yugoslavia's song is written by Ranko Boban, who works with Yugoslavian television in their music department and has quite a lot of success with his songs. He's been writing songs since an early age, and indeed, talking to the composers, you find that most of them have been writing songs and playing an instrument from the time they were children. But singing for Yugoslavia is said Mimic Vata, who started off with his local brass band and moved on to various pop groups before turning to cabaret, which seems to be the pattern all over the world, doesn't it? He's had a group called Heavy Industry, a touch of Yugoslavian heavy metal, but he wanted to sing more beautiful songs, he told me. The conductor is Ranko Reitman, who is conductor of the Radio Television Light Orchestra in Yugoslavia, and he has won numerous awards as an arranger, and indeed has arranged the song this year. So for Yugoslavia then, Lela, sung by Selmemik Vata.
Nikad te niko neće voljet ko ja. Lejla, nikad te niko neće voljet ko ja. Nikada. Malo nam je trebalo, znaj, samo malo, još jedan san. Za nas bi procvjetale ruže da si dočekala sa mnom dan. O, samo da si ostala tu, ali nisi željela to, ali nisi željela to. Nikad te niko neće voljet ko ja. Nikada. Nikad te niko neće voljet ko ja. Lejla, ptice bi nas pjesmom vodile, znaj, sunce bi nam opasjalo put. Za našu sreću i za tebe, draga, sačuvao sam ljubav svu. O, samo da si ostala tu, ali nisi željela to, ali nisi željela to. Nikad te niko neće voljet ko ja. Nikada. Nikad te niko neće voljet ko ja. Lejla, nikad te niko neće voljet ko ja. Lejla,
colour TV, you would have noticed, I think, that the colours can be mixed or completely separated to suit the music or the costume of the artist. And that's why I think most of the singers seem to be wearing white tonight, so to put different colours behind them. And Paddy Brady is the man looking after that. Well, Finland featured the reggae beat with a song called Reggae OK, written by Jim Pembroke and Ollie O'Hata. Now, Jim is an Englishman living in Finland since 1965 and has had a big influence on Finnish rock music and formed two bands, Blues Section and Wigwam. Both bands have done very well for him. Now, Ollie is more a rock singer than a songwriter, has his own band and has just issued his first single and has written many songs before for the singer Ricky Sosa. Ricky started off, as most singers do, in a semi-professional group, got fed up with the music business and left it for a while to concentrate on finding the right songs and the right musicians, and he thinks he's found them and they're playing with them tonight here in Dublin. The conductor is Otto Donner, who was regarded in Finland as one of the most progressive musicians experimenting with electronic music, plays a lot of jazz and was one time head of light entertainment in the Finnish Broadcasting Company. Obviously a popular man with the Finns. A touch of the discos now for Finland with Reggae OK from Ricky Sosa.
Jos ei kaikille vielä tuttu, silti koko ajan päällä reggae. Okei, no niin raskaat kun kunnit kulmillaan. Tätä tiittiä pitää domanaan. Ja Mätti, joka sanoi, kiitti mulle riitti reggae. Okei, tää rytmi menee tajutaan, se soundi on kun pommi reggae. Okei. Opit kyllä tosta vaan, se tuttu on kun rommi reggae. Okei. Ja jos kiinnostaa tää meno nyt, niin nauti siitä kunnes menetyt. Tää kohta säkin sanot, tää biitti mulle kiitti reggae. Okei. Reggae. Okei. Opit kyllä tosta vaan, se tuttu on kun rommi reggae. Okei. Ja jos kiinnostaa tää meno nyt, niin nauti siitä kunnes menetyt. Ja kohta säkin sanot, tää biitti mulle kiitti reggae. Okei. Reggae. Okei. Reggae. Okei. Reggae. Okay. Okay.
All the audience really enjoying themselves here at the ODS. Reggae OK from Ricky Sosa from Finland, doing his Rod Stewart. Indeed, the ladies tell me he's just as sexy. Jean Gabelou sings for France. He was born in Tahiti and is a big hit with the ladies also here in the ODS during the week with his romantic voice. He became the most famous singer in Polynesia but wanted to find success away from home, so he sailed for France. There he met Jean-Paul Cara, the songwriter, who says, "Love is the most important thing in my life. Without love, there is no life." Very romantic, these French fellas. He wrote the song that won the contest in 1977 and wrote a song that was second one year. Indeed, France have won the contest more than any other country. so they have to be watched closely. The words were written by Joe Gracie, who comes from Algeria and has collaborated with Jean-Paul Cara on previous occasions. He's also a poet. Conducting for France is a genius from Casablanca. He started to sing at the age of 2, started to play the piano at the age of 8. Music is his life, he told me. His name, David Springfield. So for France, Jean Gabelou, Humanahum.
Sur une galaxie en l'an 3000, un vieil homme est assis sur le sol gris. Autour de lui, tous les enfants sont réunis pour écouter ce qu'il va raconter. Regardez mes petits là-bas dans la nuit.
Là dans la nuit,
Cette boule qui brille était pleine de vie.
pleine de vie.
Les hommes de la guerre, on était fiers. Ils avaient baptisé la terre. Il y avait de longs et de grands arbres et des milliers d'oiseaux volant sur les vagues et plein de fruits dans les vallées et les prairies et les forêts savaient encore chanter. Il y avait des femmes et des filles en fleurs. Les hommes les portaient autour de leur cœur. Les femmes de la guerre, on était fiers. L'amour était fruit de la terre. Terre, terre des hommes. Et voilà mes amis, l'histoire est finie.
Pourquoi finir?
Cette boule qui brille n'a plus de vie.
Plus de vie.
Les hommes de la guerre étaient tous frères, mais ils ont inventé la guerre. Terre, terre des hommes. Terre, terre des hommes.
Jean Gabelou singing for France, Humanahum, a song about humanity, the earth, land of humans. Now, this land here at the ODS, the power available, I'm told, is 1,000,000 watts. I don't know what kind of a fuse you'd want, but I'd say the ESB are very happy. Spain's song is called Y Solo Tú, and Only You, sung by Makelli, who comes from Barcelona, and started singing in various groups while still very young. Now, he's toured a lot outside Spain and is better known in Latin America, where he's had 5 hit singles and 2 hit albums, and has recently been rehearsing for Jesus Christ Superstar. The composer is Amado Haim, who comes from Morocco and was another child genius who was a wizard on the guitar at the age of 12. 5 years later, he joined a group called Los Diablos, who were tremendously popular in Spain. They broke up in 1976. He then became a recording engineer and record producer. The conductor is Juan Barjons, another well-known musician in Spain, where he plays mostly classical music. He conducted last year. Y Solo Tú, and Only You, sung by Makelli for Spain.
y solo tú y solo yo, enamorados en la playa bajo el sol. No hay nadie más alrededor y en la arena yo dibujo un corazón. El viento enreda tus cabellos como queriéndote acariciar. Y solo tú y solo yo, el cielo azul y en tus ojos el amor, mirando el mar embrujado, nos abrazamos con la fuerza de un ciclón. Nada es igual si tú no estás, me quedo con mi soledad en un rincón. Wow, wow. Nada es igual si no estás tú. Wow, wow, wow, wow, wow. Y solo tú y solo yo sabemos todos los secretos del amor. Y solo tú y solo yo, en nuestro mundo dulce, alegre y soñador, entre mis brazos yo te beso, siento en tus labios fuego abrasador. Y nada es igual si tú no estás, me quedo con mi soledad en un rincón. Wow, wow. Nada es igual si no estás tú. Wow, wow, wow, wow, wow. Y solo tú y solo yo sabemos todos los secretos del amor. Y solo tú y solo yo, en nuestro mundo dulce, alegre y soñador, entre mis brazos yo te beso, siento en tus labios fuego abrasador. Y nada es igual si tú no estás, me quedo con mi soledad en un rincón. Wow, wow. Nada es igual si no estás tú. Wow, wow, wow, wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow, wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow, wow, wow, wow.
He's solo two and only you, Bakelli for Spain. Well, we're exactly at the halfway mark. We've had 10 to go. And Ireland, by the way, have been drawn 12th, so the one after next. It is in Wonder, It's a Miracle, is the song of this year for the Netherlands, written by Bart van der Laar and Kees de Wit. Now, Bart was born in Holland, but after finishing school he went to Belgium, where he worked in radio and television. In 1977 he came back to Holland, where he runs a record company. Kees was born in Indonesia and came to Holland in 1946, went to college in The Hague. He sings with a girl called Monique, and they have a very successful career there. Linda Williams is the singer for the Netherlands. She was born into music. Her father plays trumpet, saxophone and guitar, and is also conductor of an orchestra. And Linda started in her father's orchestra when she was 6. It's extraordinary, as I said earlier, most of the singers have been performing since they were babies. Now, Linda is married to a music teacher and they have 2 children. Conductor is Roger van Otterloo, one of Holland's foremost conductors, a very, very well-known man of music in Europe, and he's shortly going to take over the famous Metropole Orchestra, Dolph van der Linde. Linda Williams, It is in Wonder.
Het is een wonder, ja, dat ik jou heb ontmoet. Jij geeft mijn leven nu voor niet zoveel. Ik had toch geen ervaring nog, zelfs in tegendeel. Altijd vallen en weer opstaan zonder commentaar. En in stilte knoopte ik de eindjes aan elkaar. Het is een wonder, het is een wonder, ja, dat ik jou heb ontmoet. Jij geeft mijn leven nu voorgoed een stimulans, een warme tinteling in mijn bloed, een liefdesdans, een nieuwe kans. Het is een wonder. Samen werk ik nu met jou aan een nieuw begin. Ik heb weer mijn vertrouwen terug en altijd goede zin. Alle dingen die ik doe, doe ik met plezier. En iedere kus bewaar ik nu als een souvenir. Het is een wonder, het is een wonder, ja, dat ik jou heb ontmoet. Jij geeft mijn leven nu voorgoed een stimulans, een warme tinteling in mijn bloed, een liefdesdans, een nieuwe kans. Het is een wonder.
Have a kiss from Linda there. Linda Williams singing for Holland. It is a wonder. Indeed, Holland have won the Eurovision Song Contest 4 times in 57, 59, 69 and 75. Well, our song is next. It is, of course, Horoscopes, written by Joe Burkett and Jim Kelly, who are brothers-in-law. Joe lives in Dublin, Jim in London. Joe writes the music, sends it off to Jim in London, and he puts the words to it. And it certainly worked this time when they won the National Song Contest. In 1972, Joe wrote Ceolan Grow with Liam McUshting, which Sandy Jones sang for Ireland. Singing our song, 3 lovely girls called Sheba. That's Maxie, Marion Fawcett and Frances Campbell. Maxie sang for Ireland in 1973. Marion is one of the famous Fawcett circus family and has worked as an acrobat, as a contortionist and indeed on the high wire. Frances was a well-known folk singer from Derry before teaming up with the other 2 girls. I was talking to Maxie just before the contest and she says, say a wee prayer for us. Well, conducting the RTE Concert Orchestra is a man who's no stranger to Eurovision. He's conducted for Ireland several times and very, very popular with the other conductors here and with the musicians from all over Europe. So he helps them tremendously, and that's of course Noel Keeler. Fingers crossed. Here we go, Sheba and Horoscopes.
Rushing for the papers every day to find out what the stars have got to say about the fortunes that are on the way. It's crazy, crazy, working on waiting that forever will hold. Success comes from what we do, not from what we're told. And counting on lucky stars is living a more song. Don't let the planets take control of our lives. Believe in the truth and not celestial lies. It's we are the stars above the right, our horoscopes. Virgos and Arians, Leos, Aquarians, Pisces, Cancerians show. No matter where we're born, Libra or Capricorn, Taurus and Scorpions know. Nothing can change the way we've chosen to live, and no one can tell us when to take or to give. It's we not the stars above right, our horoscopes. Yet in spite of this, when daylight dies, there we are with eyes turned to the sky, all anxious to be told a few more lies. Still crazy, crazy, working on waiting control of our lives. Believe in the truth and not celestial lies. It's we and the stars above right our horoscopes. Throw away all the next signs of the zodiac when there is sense to be found. They are celestial, we are terrestrial. Let's keep our feet on the ground. Don't let the planets take control of our lives. Believe in the truth and not celestial lies. It's we, not the stars above, who write our horoscopes. It's we, not the stars above, who write our horoscopes.
Ah, yeah, they did us proud, all right. There's Aidan Doyle, some of the Irish contingent there. Aidan Doyle and Anna Dowes, the Irish ladies. Shiva and horoscopes. Next we have Norway, and Finn Kalvik is the most popular artist in Norway. His album Wake Up to Love stayed at the top 10 for a year and sold over 85,000 copies, which is a record in Norway. In 1977, he met Benny Andersson of ABBA, who became his arranger and record producer. Somebody told me indeed that Benny was coming over for the Eurovision Song Contest, but I haven't met him so far, but if I see him, I'll let you know. And with his help, Finn had a hit in Sweden, something no other Norwegian artist has ever done. He has a fantastic personality and a great sense of humour, and he's very popular here with everybody all the week. Now, he wrote the song himself. The conductor is Sigurd Jansson, who is also a composer and has won many prizes for his arrangements and won the Nordring Radio Prize twice. So for Norway we have Aldri I livet, Never in My Life, sung by Finn Kalvik.
Som da jeg så deg for første gang. I dine tidløse øyne finnes svar som ingen andre jeg kjenner har. Hver gang jeg drar herfra, tenker du på meg da. Hver gang jeg drar herfra, glem ikke løftet jeg ga. Aldri i livet har jeg tenkt på å reise ifra deg. Aldri i livet, min venn, før jeg slår følge med vinden. Aldri i livet har jeg tenkt på å reise ifra deg. Aldri i livet, min venn, før jeg slår følge med vinden. Du har gitt livet en ny harmoni. Tiden din ensomhet er forbi. Jeg har vært blindet, men nå kan jeg se. Elskling, fordi du har lært meg det. Hver gang jeg drar herfra, tenker du på meg da. Hver gang jeg drar herfra, glem ikke løftet jeg ga. Aldri i livet har jeg tenkt på å reise ifra deg. Aldri i livet, min venn, før jeg slår følge med vinden. Aldri i livet har jeg tenkt på å reise ifra
Finn Kelvik, Aldri Elivet, Never in My Life for Norway. For most of the music on the little introductory films is traditional music of the country concerned, arranged by Michael Casey, who also composed some of them. And actually Dr. Gerard Victory wrote the piece specially for the Irish film. But one of the hot favourites indeed is Making Your Mind Up from Bucks Fizz for Britain. The group was specially formed for the Eurovision Song Contest and consists of Jay Aston, Cheryl Baker, Bobby G and Michael Nolan. Michael is one of 5 brothers born in Dublin. His mother comes from Cork and he's been singing in pubs and clubs before turning professional in 1977. Cheryl has an Irish grandmother and was a member of Coco, who sang for Britain in 1978. The song was written by Andy Hale and John Danter. Andy is a session musician and has his songs recorded by Cliff Richard and our own Johnny Logan. And John Danter is also a session musician, and he tells me that he collects old broken down cars in his spare time. The conductor is a man who has worked with international stars like Frank Sinatra, The 3 Degrees, Dana and Shirley Bassey. His name? John Coleman. For Britain, it's Bucks Fizz, Making Your Mind Up. Bucks Fizz for Britain and Making Your Mind Up, a very strong song indeed. Big Michael, who is the second from the left, told me that he was delighted to be home and he had a great time showing the members of the group around Dublin. Well, the Portuguese song is written and sung by Carlos Paio. He's 23 and was studying to be a doctor in Lisbon when he wrote the lyrics and composed the music for a children's song which took the imagination of the nation. He then wrote a funny song called The Song of the Kiss, which became one of the biggest selling records in Portugal last year. Suddenly the medical student had become one of the most popular composers in the country. He then decided that he'd sing himself, and he made a record called Souvenir of Portugal, which became very popular, and indeed now he's one of the most popular singers over there. The conductor is Segundo Galasha, who was born in Spain but has been living in Portugal for a long time. He has taken part in over 300 television programs in Portugal, Spain, America and in Canada. The song is a catchy little song called Playback. We're a wild audience here tonight in the ODS, no doubt about it. All right then, for Portugal, Carlos Paio and Playback.
Podes não saber cantar, nem sequer assobiar, com certeza que não vais desafinar. Em playback, em playback, em playback. Só precisas de acertar, não tem nada que enganar, e assim mesmo sem cantar vais encantar. Em playback, em playback, em playback. Põe o microfone na frente muito disfarçadamente, vai sorrindo que é para a gente lá presente não notar. Em playback tu és alguém, mesmo afónico cantas bem. Em playback, a fazer playback e viva o playback, has de sempre cantar. Em playback, respirar para quê? Quem não sabe também não vê. Em playback, a fazer playback e viva o playback, dá para toda uma soirée. Podes não saber cantar, nem sequer assobiar, com certeza que não vais desafinar. Em playback, em playback, em playback. Só precisas de acertar, não tem nada que enganar, e assim mesmo sem cantar vais encantar. Em playback, em playback, em playback. Abre a boca, fecha a boca, não te enganes, não te esganes, vais ter uma apoteose, põe-te em pose para agradar. Em playback é que tu és bom a cantar sem fugir do tom. Em playback, a fazer playback e viva o playback, has de sempre cantar com playback. Até pedem bis, mas de certo dirás feliz. Em playback, a fazer playback e viva o playback, agradeces e sorris. Podes não saber cantar, nem sequer assobiar, com certeza que não vais desafinar. Em playback, em playback, em playback. Só precisas de acertar, não tem nada que enganar, e assim mesmo sem cantar vais encantar. Em playback, em playback, em playback. Em playback, em playback, em playback. Em playback, em playback, em playback.
Carlos Paio for Portugal and Playback. In case you're wondering what that song was all about, well, the meaning of it was that you don't have to be a singer nowadays when you go out on the stage. You just have to have a tape. Doesn't matter who's singing it, nobody will know. Just play it back and mime to it. Well, Belgium's song this year is called Samson and Delilah and was written by Kik Dandy and Penny Els. Now, Kik started off in show business as a singer and then started a light and sound company. But when he met singer Emily Starr, he forgot all about light and sound and is concentrating on writing and producing for her. And I wouldn't blame him at all. She started her singing career at the age of 13 with a ballroom orchestra and later studied at the Academy of Music in Brussels, where she met Kik Dandy. She's recorded several singles, and at Midem this year she was presented with her first gold disc. She usually sings with her sisters Nikki and Helene, but they're not singing with her today here in Dublin. The conductor is Giuseppe Marchese, who was born in Italy and is a well-known arranger and conductor, who also has written many songs. So for Belgium, Emily Starr, Samson and Delilah.
je enige vrouw. Blij wil ik met je leven. En ander kan je lief honderden verhalen zonder een Delilah. Samson, dingen wil de haren graan. Raar met me mee. Samson, I love you.
Very foxy lady. That's Emily Starr, Samson and Delilah for Belgium. If you've ever been here in the ODS, you know the huge problem with sound, and the sound boys have had a fantastic job. They put a circus tent strung across the roof, and the orchestra surrounded by little perspex fences, and each stringed instrument has its own microphone. Well, the Greek song is called Figari Kalokernio, Summer Moon, as written by the singer Yannis Dimitras and Yorgos Niakros. Now, Yannis is 27 and was born in Corfu. He started his career at 17, singing in a small cabaret, and got a good grounding in the entertainment business. A few years later, he made his first record, and has appeared in quite a few song contests around the world. It seems that Jesus Christ Superstar has been performed all over the place, and Yannis played Peter in the Greek version. The co-composer is also the conductor, Yorgos Niakros. He made his debut as a conductor in 1966, and since then has worked with most of the famous Greek performers and has his own orchestra playing in a well-known nightclub in Athens. The girl at the piano, by the way, is Sophia Chandra. So for Greece, it's Yannis Dimitras and Figari Kalokernio.
Φεγγάρι καλοκαιρινό, στον ίσιο σου θα τριγυρνώ, στη μάχη αστροφέγγια, λουλούδια θα είναι τα φιλιά. Ήρθα κοντά σου να σταθώ, μικρό καράβι στο γυαλό, τρέμω τους ίσιους της νύχτιας, γι' αυτό φεγγάρι μου να μ' αγαπάς. Φεγγάρι καλοκαιρινό, στου έρωτα τον ουρανό, υπάχεμενη αστροφέγγια, λουλούδια κάνει τα φιλιά. Σου ψιθυρίζω, σ' αγαπώ. Τώρα θα χτίσω εκκλησιά για της αγάπης τα τρελά παιδιά. Φεγγάρι καλοκαιρινό, στου έρωτα τον ουρανό, αστροφέγγια, λουλούδια κάνει τα φιλιά.
remind you of a summer night in the islands. For Greece, Yanis Dimitras and for Gary Kalokerino, Summer Moon. And indeed, it's been like summer here all the week. Beautiful weather. All the artists and television people go back with a great impression of our lovely country. The man above was certainly taking care of us this week. But for the very first time, Cyprus are in the Eurovision Song Contest, and a group was specially formed for the occasion. They call themselves Island, and it's made up of a student, a young mother who likes to play football, that's one way of keeping fit, an athlete and a pop musician who studied classical piano. There's an interesting story about the composers, Doros Ioiardas and Stavros Sideras. They were born in the same town in the same year, married two sisters, and have been writing music together since 1975. Doros was studying law, but gave it up when he signed his first contract with a record company in 1970, and by 1975 was established as a singer-songwriter. Stavros went to London to study architecture, and while there in 1968 recorded several of his songs. Both of them are working on a musical version of Helen of Troy. The conductor was born in Egypt, and since 1978 has been conducted in Cyprus. His name is Michaelis Rosakis, known as Mike to his friends. So for Cyprus, a song called Monica.
Πάντα μαζί.
Περάσαμε πόρες και δύσκολες ώρες, μα πάντα η αγάπη μαζί.
Ποτέ δεν θυμάμαι ανήσυχος να είμαι, γιατί ήσουν πάντα εσύ. Είσαι στη συντροφιά μου, τραγούδι χαρά μου, αγάπη και ελπίδα χρυσή. Μόνη, μόνη, μόνη, μόνη, μόνη, μόνη, μόνη, μόνη, μόνικα. Ζήσε εσύ για μένα, ζω εγώ για σένα, κύριε αρμόνικα. Μόνη, μόνη, μόνη, μόνη, μόνη, μόνη, μόνη, μόνη, μόνικα. Ζήσε εσύ για μένα, ζω εγώ για σένα, κύριε αρμόνικα. Τραγούδι χαρά μου, αγάπη και ελπίδα χρυσή. Μόνη, μόνη, μόνη, μόνη, μόνη, μόνη, μόνη, μόνη, μόνικα. Ζήσε εσύ για μένα, ζω εγώ για σένα, κύριε αρμόνικα. Μόνη, μόνη, μόνη, μόνη, μόνη, μόνη, μόνη, μόνη, μόνικα. Ζήσε εσύ για μένα, ζω εγώ για σένα, κύριε αρμόνικα.
Cyprus, Monica from Ireland, and indeed I have that in a draw, so I might win £1 or two on it yet. In fact, the saxophone player asked me particularly to mention his name to the people of Ireland. His name is Philippos Zemberolis, so there you are, in case you want to book him for a gig anyway. There's a very distinguished audience here tonight with the Minister of Transport and Communications, Albert Reynolds, and the Lord Mayor of Dublin, Fergus O'Brien, and lots more people. I met Dana on the way in too, looking absolutely gorgeous. Well, singing for Switzerland are Peter, Sue and Mark, who began singing together in 1969 and made their first Eurovision Song Contest appearance in 1971 here in Dublin at the Gaiety Theatre. But after their appearance in 1976, they got international recognition and have gone from success to success, both in Switzerland and abroad, with a dozen hits and 2 gold discs. They got international recognition and have gone from success to success, both in Switzerland and abroad, with a dozen hits and 2 gold discs. Now, Peter writes the songs and produces the records. Mark manages the group, organising the concert tours and the appearances and so on, looks after the money in other words, and Sue looks lovely and sings beautifully. And she's American, by the way, but has lived in Switzerland since childhood. Now, the words were written by Nella Martinetti. The conductor is Rol Zukowski, who's been co-producing the trio since 1976, and is a very, very successful composer in his own right. Essenzite, Me Without You, Peter, Sue and Mark for Switzerland.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Dopo la tempesta camminiamo un po'. Dopo la tempesta camminiamo un po'. Sulla sabbia pesta chiacchieriamo un po'.
Ho sbagliato io, hai sbagliato tu. Quel che è stato, non parliamone più. Io senza te cosa farei? Io non respiro se tu non ci sei. Io senza te cosa sarei? Una farfalla che non vola più.
Prenderti nel vento come un anno fa, stesso sentimento, stessa intensità.
E trovai parole che non dissi mai, mentre il sole muore sul mio cuore stai. Io senza te cosa farei? Della mia vita e dei giorni miei. Io senza te come farei? Amore mio, ti inventerei. Io senza te come farei? Amore mio, ti inventerei. Amore mio, ti
Oh, lovely song and a very, very polished group. Essenzite, Me Without You, Peter, Sue and Mark for Switzerland. There's Albert Reynolds, the Minister for Communications and Transport. Last country, would you believe, is Sweden, and the song is written by singer Bjorn Schwifts and Bengt Palmers. The song means Caught in a Dream. Now, Bjorn is yet another multi-talented musician, playing on other things, piano, organ and trumpet. He formed his first group at the age of 15 He had some success, but he went solo in 1969 and within a year had become Sweden's most successful solo artist. In 1973, he once again formed a group called Blue Swede. Their first single, Hooked on a Feeling, made #1 in Sweden and also #1 in America, where it got a gold disc. It's several hits, but decided to disband in 1975, and since then, Bjorn has continued to have a successful solo career. Paint Palmer's co-composer is a record producer, and he started in show business writing his own songs. Conductor is Anders Berglund, who comes from Stockholm. He's never been anything but a musician. Started playing the piano at 7, and the minute he left school, started work as a musician. He's conducting for Sweden for the 3rd time. Fan got it en dröm, Caught in a Dream for Sweden, Bjorn Schwifts.
1, 2, 3, 4. I mitt hus, där händer det att natten är lång. I mitt hus, där känner du någonting är på gång. Och när dagen börjar skymma bjuder oron upp till dans. Du försöker komma undan, men du kommer ingenstans. Och fångar i en dröm som inte gör dig fri. Fångar i en dröm, hålls du kvar ändå av din fantasi. Jag fångar dem igen. Om du kunde fly. Men fångar i en dröm blir du kvar ändå tills att dagen gryr. I en dröm, i en dröm, i en tid när världen ska vara full av logik. I en tid när sagor inte längre hör hit. Ser du verkligheten rasa och det isar i din hud, så du skriker ut din fasa, men det kommer inga ljud. Och fångar i en dröm som inte gör dig fri. Fångar i en dröm, hålls du kvar ändå av din fantasi. Jag fångar dem igen. Om du kunde fly. Men fångar i en dröm blir du kvar ändå tills att dagen gryr. Fångar i en dröm som inte gör dig fri. Jag fångar i en dröm, blir du kvar ändå i din fantasi. I en dröm, i en dröm, i en dröm, i en dröm.
Very well-known man in Sweden, Bjorn Schwifts, Caught in a Dream. Well, there you are. It's the 20 songs. No doubt you've a favourite of your own, but hard, I'd say, to pick out a winner of that lot. And we're back to Dylan
Those
again.
were the 20 songs for this year's contest. While the juries are making up their minds, we're bringing you some music and dance, which has been specially commissioned for this evening's programme. Time Dance, composed and arranged by Donal Lunny and Bill Whelan, is a 3-part sequence of music and dance. The first part is a traditional reel played on uilleann pipes and bodhrán. The second part is a newly composed piece in the style of the 18th century harpers, while the third section illustrates the influence of contemporary music on the traditional form. Time Dance is performed, the music is performed by Planxty, one of Ireland's best-known traditional music groups, and the choreography is by Anne Courtney. Vous venez d'entendre et de
Well, the
voir
set for
les
the song
20
contest here is the
chansons pour le
largest in the
concours
history of the
Eurovision
contest,
cette
designed
année.
by Michael Grogan
Tandis
and
que les
constructed by
jurys
dozens of
réfléchissent,
carpenters
nous
and
vous
painters,
offrons un
electricians
programme
and
de
stagehands.
musique et de
It took
danse qui a
14
été
articulated
spécialement
trucks
commandé
to
pour
move it
l'émission
section
de
by
ce
section
soir.
from the
Time
Donnybrook
Dance,
workshops to
dans
the
ce
ODS.
temps,
It
est
measures
un
150 feet across,
composé
80
et
feet deep
arrangé
and
par
30 feet
Donald
high.
Lunny
The materials
et Bill
used in the
Whelan,
construction of the
se
set
composant
and
de
surrounding
trois
area include
parties.
5,000
C'est
square
une
feet of
séquence de
plywood,
musique qui
3,000 feet of
illustre
steel
bien
tubing,
le-
1,800 square feet of
l'évolution de la
perspex
musique
and 5,000 square feet
traditionnelle
of
irlandaise.
carpeting. And it's a
Le
massive
morceau est
and magnificent.
interprété par
It'll be all
Planxty, l'un
pulled
des
down tomorrow
groupes les plus
to make way for
populaires
the
de la musique
horses.
traditionnelle irlandaise, tandis que la chorégraphie en a été faite par
We're going to see a
un
beautiful
choré.
piece of music now. Time Dance, it's called.
Anaid a táid a fanúnt leis na tarthaí os na gúréthe ar fud na hórpa, be ceol agus rince a going a chordaí go speisialta le haig chlár na hí hanocht. Siad Donald Lunny agus Bill Whelan an grúpa Planxty a chum agus a chorig Time Dance. Sa ciad bhart cluisimid riil a haint ar a bíbilan agus ar a mórán. Siad tá sa tarna páirt na pí a nóchumthe i stíl chláirseoirí na hochtú isidíag, agus léiríonn an tríúpáirt tunnachar an cheol nua aimsire ar an seanna cheol dúchais. Siad Planxty a hainthige an ceol agus si ancórtnaí a chorig an rince.
How are you, Colin? Was that all right? That's all right. Pardon? Once you're happy, I don't know. Oh, it's fantastic. They've made it. It's really incredible. I can't believe this place because, I mean, you know, coming to concerts here or Funderland with the kids, there's a big barracky thing. It's really transformed. Magnificent. Pardon? Turn it out. 6 minutes and 31 seconds. So we go into the voting then. I'll leave the mic open all the time during, just for a few comments, you know. Is that all right? Yeah, thanks. Grand, I'll close it. Oh, great, yeah. We have a jar together. Hope everything goes well now with this vote, that's the main thing. All right, thanks, Colin.
Well, now it's time for the voting, and to begin with, I'd like to introduce Frank Neff, the official scrutineer of the European Broadcasting Union, who will be supervising the voting procedure.
Good evening to you.
Good evening, Frank. You're very welcome. There's a jury in each of the 20 participating countries, and they will award 12 points to the song gaining the highest number of votes from their jury, 10 to the second, 8 to the third, and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 in order of preference. They'll vote in ascending order, starting with the song which has gained the lowest number of votes. And of course, no jury will have heard the votes of the preceding juries. So now it's time to call in our first jury this evening, and it's Austria. Guten Abend. Bonsoir Autriche. Puis-je avoir vos votes, s'il vous plaît?
Allô Dublin, ici Vienne, bonsoir. Voici les résultats du jury autrichien. Allemagne, 5 points.
Allemagne, 1 point. Germany, 1 point.
Non, je répète. Allemagne, 5 points.
Je m'excuse. Allemagne, 5 points. Germany...
Excuse me, I'm just talking now with the Austrian jury. You have forgotten that you should start by ascending order, giving as the first point 1, 2, 3, etc. So I can't understand why you start by 5.
Bonsoir Autriche, est-ce que vous avez compris? Il faut commencer avec le numéro 1, puis le numéro 2, 3, 4 et ainsi de suite, s'il vous plaît.
Bon, d'accord. Belgique, 1 point.
Belgique, 1 point. Belgium, 1 point.
Suisse, 2 points.
Suisse, 2 points. Switzerland, 2 points.
Pays-Bas, 3 points.
Pays-Bas, 3 points. Netherlands, 3 points.
Royaume-Uni, 4 points.
Royaume-Uni, 4 points. United Kingdom, 4 points.
Allemagne, 5 points.
Allemagne, 5 points. Germany, 5 points.
Grèce, 6 points.
Grèce, 6 points. Greece, 6 points.
Irlande, 7 points.
Irlande, 7 points. Ireland, 7 points.
Israël, 8 points. Israël, 8 points.
Israël, 8 points. Israel, 8 points.
Luxembourg, 10 points.
Luxembourg, 10 points. Luxembourg, 10 points.
France, 12 points.
France, 12 points. France, 12 points.
Highest marks for France in the first round. We saw that everything at the beginning.
Et ceci termine les points attribués par le jury autrichien. Bonsoir.
Merci Autriche et bonsoir.
Could you go a little bit more slow, please?
Certainly.
Thank you.
Our next jury is the Turkish jury. İyi akşamlar. Good evening, Turkey. Could I have your votes, please?
İyi akşamlar. Hello, Dublin. Ankara calling. Here are the results of the Turkish jury. Denmark, 1 point.
Denmark, 1 point. Danemark, 1 point.
Switzerland, 2 points.
Switzerland, 2 points. Suisse, 2 points.
Ireland, 3 points.
Ireland, 3 points. Irlande, 3 points.
Yugoslavia, 4 points.
Yugoslavia, 4 points. Yougoslavie, 4 points.
Netherlands, 5 points.
Netherlands, 5 points. Pays-Bas, 5 points.
Austria, 6 points.
Austria, 6 points. Autriche, 6 points.
Belgium, 7 points.
Belgium, 7 points. Belgique, 7 points.
United Kingdom, 8 points.
United Kingdom, 8 points. Royaume-Uni, 8 points.
Spain, 10 points.
Spain, 10 points. Espagne, 10 points.
And Germany, 12 points.
Germany, 12 points. Allemagne, 12 points.
Early days yet,
And
though.
that completes the points of the Turkish jury. Good night, Dublin.
Good night, Turkey, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
Our next jury is the German jury. Guten Abend. Good evening, Germany. Could I have your votes, please?
Hello, Dublin, Munich calling, and here are the results of the German jury. Denmark, 1 point.
Denmark, 1 point. Danemark, 1 point.
Greece, 2 points.
Greece, 2 points. Grèce, 2 points.
Netherlands, 3 points.
Netherlands, 3 points. Pays-Bas, 3 points.
United Kingdom, 4 points.
United Kingdom, 4 points. Royaume-Uni, 4 points.
Luxembourg, 5 points.
Luxembourg, 5 points. Luxembourg, 5 points.
Ireland, 6 points.
Ireland, 6 points. Irlande, 6 points.
Switzerland, 7 points.
Switzerland, 7 points. Suisse, 7 points.
Portugal, 8 points.
Portugal,
First vote for
8
Portugal.
points. Portugal, 8 points.
Sweden, 10 points.
Sweden,
First vote for Sweden.
10 points. Suède, 10 points.
And France, 12 points.
France, 12 points. France, 12 points.
It's 2-12 so
And
far
that
for
completes
France.
the points of the German jury. We all would like to wish you a pleasant evening.
Thank you very much, Germany.
Looking
Our
happy so
next
far.
jury is in Luxembourg. Bonsoir, Luxembourg. Puis-je avoir vos votes, s'il vous plaît?
Oui, bonsoir Iran, bonsoir Dublin. Voici donc les résultats du jury luxembourgeois. Turquie, 1 point.
Turquie, 1 point. Turkey, 1 point.
Suède, 2 points.
Suède, 2 points. Sweden, 2 points.
Allemagne, 3 points.
Allemagne, 3 points. Germany, 3 points.
Israël, 4 points.
Israël, 4 points. Israel, 4 points.
Royaume-Uni, 5 points.
Royaume-Uni, 5 points. United Kingdom, 5 points.
Grèce, 6 points.
Grèce, 6 points. Greece, 6 points.
Danemark, 7 points.
Danemark, 7 points. Denmark, 7 points.
Suisse, 8 points.
Suisse, 8 points. Switzerland, 8 points.
Irlande, 10 points.
Irlande, 10 points. Ireland,
Luxembourg.
10 points.
France, 12 points.
Et France, 12 points. France, 12 points.
Et cela termine le vote du jury luxembourgeois. Bonsoir d'Iran.
Bonsoir Luxembourg, merci bien. Our next jury is in Israel. Erev Tov, good evening Israel. Could I have your votes, please?
Here are the results of the Israeli jury.
We've something wrong, have we?
United Kingdom, 12 points.
Stop, stop, stop.
Can I-
Please stop. There is a slight problem with the scoreboard.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Problem with the
Could
scoreboard.
you hold on? France should lead now with 36 points. Thank you.
That's right.
Doreen,
It's
you can
36 on the
proceed
scoreboard
now.
now. That is
Next
correct.
one.
Right, we'll go back to Israel. Israel, could I have your vote, please?
I'm sorry, I shall begin again. Belgium, 1 point.
Belgium, 1 point. Belgique, 1 point.
Finland, 2 points.
Finland, 2 points. Finlande, 2
First
points.
vote for Finland.
Luxembourg, 3 points.
Luxembourg, 3 points. Luxembourg, 3 points.
Netherlands, 4 points.
Netherlands, 4 points. Pays-Bas, 4 points.
Cyprus, 5 points.
Cyprus, 5 points. Chypre, 5 points.
Spain, 6 points.
Spain, 6 points. Espagne, 6 points.
France, 7 points.
France, 7 points. France, 7 points.
Germany, 8 points.
Germany, 8 points. Allemagne, 8 points.
Ireland, 10 points.
Ireland, 10 points. Irlande, 10 points.
Second position.
United Kingdom, 12 points.
United Kingdom, 12 points.
So that's France still
And
first.
that completes the points of
second.
the Israeli jury.
And United Kingdom.
Thank
on
you very
third.
much, Israel, and good evening. Now to our next jury, which is in Denmark. Go aften, good evening, Denmark. Could I have your votes, please?
Hello, Dublin, Guelph, Copenhagen calling. Here are the results of the Danish jury. Austria, 1 point.
Austria, 1 point. Autriche, 1 point.
France, 2 points.
France, 2 points. France, 2 points.
Didn't go down too well.
Cyprus, 3 points.
Cyprus, 3 points. Chypre, 3 points.
Switzerland, 4 points.
Switzerland, 4 points. Suisse, 4 points.
Sweden, 5 points.
Sweden, 5 points. Suède, 5 points.
Belgium, 6 points.
Belgium, 6 points. Belgique, 6 points.
Netherlands, 7 points.
Netherlands, 7 points. Pays-Bas, 7 points.
Germany, 8 points.
Germany, 8 points. Allemagne, 8 points.
United Kingdom, 10 points.
United Kingdom, 10 points.
Where are the 12 going, though?
Royaume-Uni, 10 points.
And now, listen carefully, Ireland, 12 points.
Where are the 12 first? They could win again.
Ireland, 12 points.
It's just unbelievable.
Irlande, 12 points.
Bye for now from Copenhagen.
Good night, Denmark, and thank you very much.
But it's early days yet.
Our next
Early
jury
days.
is in Yugoslavia. Dobroveče. Good evening, Yugoslavia. Could I have your votes, please? Good evening, Yugoslavia. We'll try once again. Good evening, Yugoslavia. Could I have your votes, please?
No sign of Yugoslavia.
We have still some difficulties to get Yugoslavia, but I think they are coming in.
Oh, they are
Fine,
coming
we'll
in.
hold on for just a moment. If I could see the scoreboard, I think
Yes.
it looks...
Oh, there she is.
Yugoslavia. Good evening, Yugoslavia. Could I have your votes, please?
I don't have it.
Yeah? Thank you very much.
She doesn't have it. It must have been a cross line, I suppose.
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, Yugoslavia, I can hear
I'm
you.
calling Dublin. Belgrade's calling Dublin. Do you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Here are the results of the Yugoslav jury.
Thank you.
I don't know what kind of a girl she is at all.
Hello, Dublin.
Hello.
Yes. Okay.
Fine, thank you.
Here are the results of the Yugoslav jury. Greece, 1 point.
Greece, 1 point. Grèce, 1 point.
Germany, 2 points.
Germany, 2 points. Allemagne, 2 points.
Turkey, 3 points.
Turkey, 3 points. Turkey, 3 points.
France, 4 points.
France, 4 points. France, 4 points.
Ireland, 5 points.
Ireland, 5 points. Irlande, 5 points.
Cyprus, 6 points.
Cyprus, 6 points. Chypre, 6 points.
Sweden, 7 points.
Sweden, 7 points. Suède, 7 points.
Belgium, 8 points.
Belgium, 8 points. Belgique, 8 points.
United Kingdom, 10 points.
United Kingdom, 10 points. Royaume-Uni, 10 points.
Switzerland, 12 points.
Switzerland, 12 points. Suisse, 12 points.
Sorry, there was an interruption.
Let's have a look and see how we're doing.
We wish you a pleasant evening. Good night, Dublin.
Good night, Yugoslavia, and thank
Both
you very
Britain
much.
And ourselves.
Our next jury is the
53.
Finnish jury. Hyvää iltaa, good evening, Finland. Could I have your votes, please?
This is Helsinki calling. Here are the results of the Finnish jury. Sweden, 1 point.
Sweden, 1 point. Suède, 1 point.
Belgium, 2 points.
Belgium, 2 points. Belgique, 2 points.
United Kingdom, 3 points.
United Kingdom, 3 points. Royaume-Uni, 3 points.
Luxembourg, 4 points.
Luxembourg, 4 points. Luxembourg, 4 points.
Turkey, 5 points.
Turkey, 5 points. Turkey, 5 points.
Israel, 6 points.
Israel, 6 points. Israël, 6 points.
Germany, 7 points.
Germany, 7 points. Allemagne, 7 points.
Yugoslavia, 8 points.
Yugoslavia, 8 points. Yugoslavie, 8 points.
France, 10 points.
France, 10 points. France, 10 points.
And Switzerland, 12 points.
Switzerland, 12 points. Suisse, 12 points.
And that completes the points of the Finnish jury. Good night, Dublin.
Good night, Finland, and thank you for your vote.
Well,
Now
where does that
we
put us
come
now?
to our next jury, and
53.
our next jury is in France.
59, the first.
Bonsoir la
Britain
France,
second.
puis-je avoir vos votes,
Third
s'il vous plaît?
position.
Allô Dublin, bonsoir, ici Paris. Voici les résultats du jury français. Finlande, 1 point.
Finlande, 1 point. Finland, 1 point.
Pays-Bas, 2 points.
Pays-Bas, 2 points. Netherlands, 2 points.
Luxembourg, 3 points.
Luxembourg, 3 points. Luxembourg, 3 points.
Danemark, 4 points.
Danemark, 4 points. Denmark, 4 points.
Autriche, 5 points.
Autriche, 5 points. Austria, 5 points.
Irlande, 6 points.
Irlande, 6 points. Ireland, 6 points.
Royaume-Uni, 7 points.
Royaume-Uni, 7 points. United Kingdom, 7 points.
Allemagne, 8 points.
Allemagne, 8 points. Germany, 8 points.
Suisse, 10 points.
Suisse, 10 points. Switzerland, 10 points.
Suède, 12 points.
Suède, 12 points. Sweden, 12 points.
Et ceci termine les points attribués par le jury français. Bye bye Dublin.
Bye bye, merci beaucoup.
United Kingdom then still in
Now,
the lead
our
with
next
63.
jury this evening is the Spanish
59
jury.
from
Buenas
France.
tardes. Good evening, bonsoir. Espagne. Puis-je avoir vos votes,
Also
s'il vous plaît?
59 for ourselves.
Dublin, bonsoir. Ici Madrid.
still in a good
Voici
position,
les
second at the
résultats
moment.
du jury espagnol. Luxembourg, 1 point.
Luxembourg, 1 point. Luxembourg, 1 point.
Finlande, 2 points.
Irlande, 2 points.
Pardon.
Finlande.
Finlande.
Je m'excuse. Finlande, 2 points. Finland, 2 points.
Danemark, 3 points.
Danemark, 3 points. Denmark, 3 points.
Suisse, 4 points.
Suisse, 4 points. Switzerland, 4 points.
Irlande, 5 points.
Irlande, 5 points. Ireland, 5 points.
Autriche, 6 points.
Autriche, 6 points. Austria, 6 points.
Pays-Bas, 7 points.
Pays-Bas, 7 points. Netherlands, 7 points.
Royaume-Uni, 8 points.
Royaume-Uni, 8 points. United Kingdom, 8 points.
Grèce, 10 points.
Grèce, 10 points. Greece, 10 points.
If I well understood
Est-ce que je peux vous demander encore une fois, Madrid, s'il vous plaît?
Oui.
La
Grèce.
dernière vote.
Grèce, 10 points.
C'est Grèce?
Oui, c'est Grèce.
Oui, merci. Et puis,
Allemagne, 12 points.
Allemagne, 12 points. Germany, 12 points.
Et ceci constitue le vote du jury espagnol. Bonsoir, Dublin.
Bonsoir et merci bien.
Well, the
Our
United Kingdom now
next
have
jury
71,
this
puts them
evening
in the
is the
lead.
jury of the
64
Netherlands.
for ourselves.
Goedenavond, good evening
59,
Netherlands.
I beg your pardon,
Could I have your
65 for
vote,
Germany, the
please?
second, we are third.
Goedenavond,
Still no
Dublin.
chance.
Hello, Dublin. Hilversum calling. Here are the results of the Netherlands jury.
Sorry,
Switzerland.
could you hold on a second? We have a slight problem with the counting.
Yeah. Can I ask you in the Netherlands, please, to hold on for one moment because we have a small problem here at the scoreboard. We'll be back with you in just a moment.
We'll wait.
Thank you.
What is the problem, I wonder? I'm having a look at the scoreboard. There's the scoreboard for
Okay.
us there.
It's correct. You can proceed. Thank
Fine.
you.
correct.
If I can come back to you
see.
again,
There's nothing
Netherlands.
wrong at all.
Here we are.
But it's just as
Switzerland,
well as there to watch
1
every little thing.
point.
Switzerland, 1 point. Suisse, 1 point.
Denmark, 2 points.
Denmark, 2 points. Danemark, 2 points.
Germany, 3 points.
Germany, 3 points. Allemagne, 3 points.
Spain, 4 points.
Spain, 4 points. Espagne, 4 points.
Finland, 5 points.
Finland, 5 points. Finlande, 5 points.
France, 6 points.
France, 6 points. France, 6 points.
Israel, 7 points.
Israel, 7 points. Israël, 7 points.
Cyprus, 8 points.
Cyprus, 8 points. Chypre, 8 points.
Ireland, 10 points.
Ireland, 10 points. Irlande, 10 points.
United Kingdom, 12 points.
United Kingdom, 12 points. Royaume-Uni, 12 points.
And that
That's Britain in the lead with 83.
Good night, Dublin.
83 for Britain. We've got 74.
Good night, Hilversum, and thank you very much for your vote. Our next
we're
jury
neck and neck,
is
really,
the Irish jury. Dis Muireamh Winter na
can't get
Good
anything
evening,
here, of
Dublin.
course.
Could I have your vote, please?
Hello, Durin. This is Dublin calling, and here are the results of the Irish jury. Greece, 1 point.
Greece, 1 point. Grèce, 1 point.
Yugoslavia, 2 points.
Yugoslavia, 2 points. Yugoslavie, 2 points.
Spain, 3 points.
Spain, 3 points. Espagne, 3 points.
France, 4 points.
France, 4 points. France, 4 points.
Finland, 5 points.
Finland, 5 points. Finlande, 5 points.
Germany, 6 points.
Germany, 6 points. Allemagne, 6 points.
Israel, 7 points.
Israel, 7 points. Israël, 7 points.
Cyprus, 8 points.
Cyprus, 8 points. Chypre, 8 points.
United Kingdom, 10 points.
United Kingdom, 10 points. Royaume-Uni, 10 points.
And Switzerland, 12 points.
Switzerland, 12 points.
Well, some of the people from
Suisse,
Britain were just saying to me
12
earlier on that we
points.
never give them a vote.
And
They were
that
complaining,
completes
so
the
they can't
points of the
complain now. We
Irish
gave them
jury.
10.
Slán agus Banacliv.
Slanagut agus Gramina Mahagat.
Britain still
Our
in the lead with
next
93.
jury is the Norwegian jury. Gukvel, good evening, Norway.
Switzerland,
Could I have
Germany
your
and
votes,
ourselves
please?
have 74.
And a good evening to you, Dublin. Oslo calling. Here are the results of the Norwegian jury. Yugoslavia, 1 point.
Yugoslavia, 1 point. Yugoslavie, 1 point.
Greece, 2 points.
Greece, 2 points. Grèce, 2 points.
United Kingdom, 3 points.
United Kingdom, 3 points. Royaume-Uni, 3 points.
Germany, 4 points.
Germany, 4 points. Allemagne, 4 points.
France, 5 points.
France, 5 points. France, 5 points.
Sweden, 6 points.
Sweden, 6 points. Suède, 6 points.
Cyprus, 7 points.
Cyprus, 7 points. Chypre, 7 points.
Israel, 8 points.
Israel, 8 points. Israël, 8 points.
Spain, 10 points.
Spain, 10 points. Espagne, 10 points.
Switzerland, 12
Switzerland, 12 points.
Oh, they didn't give us
Suisse, 12 points.
And that
Neither
completes
did
the points of the
Finland, by the
Norwegian
way.
jury. Good night.
Strange. Norway and Finland, the only two countries
Thank you very
who
much,
didn't give us a
Oslo.
vote so far.
Now we come to our nearest neighbours' vote. It's the vote from the United Kingdom. Good evening to you, United Kingdom.
Hello, good evening, Dublin, London calling. Here are the results of the United Kingdom jury. France, 1 point.
France, 1 point. France, 1 point.
Sweden, 2 points.
Sweden, 2 points. Suède, 2 points.
Belgium, 3 points.
Belgium, 3 points. Belgique, 3 points.
Israel, 4 points.
Israel, 4 points. Israël, 4 points.
Denmark, 5 points.
Denmark, 5 points. Denmark, 5 points.
Netherlands, 6 points.
Netherlands, 6 points. Pays-Bas, 6 points.
Germany, 7 points.
Germany, 7 points. Allemagne, 7 points.
Greece, 8 points.
Greece, 8 points. Grèce, 8 points.
Cyprus, 10 points.
Cyprus, 10 points. Chypre, 10 points.
Switzerland, 12 points.
They didn't give us a vote at all.
Switzerland, 12 points. Suisse, 12 points.
And that, dear Anne, completes the points of the United
There you
Kingdom
are.
jury. Good night.
Not a vote from Britain.
Thank you very much to the United Kingdom jury. And just to have a
Switzerland,
look at
98,
the
but
scoreboard,
Switzerland in front.
I think it's Switzerland and then the United Kingdom at the moment. But we'll go on to our next jury, which is the Portuguese jury. Boa noite. Good evening, Portugal. Could I have your votes, please?
Hello, Dublin, Sloan Lad, Lisbon calling. Here are the results of the Portuguese jury. Finland, 1 point.
Finland, 1 point. Finlande, 1 point.
Denmark, 2 points.
Denmark, 2 points. Denmark, 2 points.
Spain, 3 points.
Spain, 3 points. Espagne, 3 points.
Luxembourg, 4 points.
Luxembourg, 4 points. Luxembourg, 4 points.
Israel, 5 points.
Israel, 5 points. Israël, 5 points.
United Kingdom, 6 points.
United Kingdom, 6 points. Royaume-Uni, 6 points.
Netherlands, 7 points.
Netherlands, 7 points. Pays-Bas, 7 points.
Switzerland, 8 points.
Switzerland, 8 points. Suisse, 8 points.
France, 10 points.
France, 10 points. France, 10 points.
Germany, 12 points.
And Germany, 12
Things
points.
are looking bad for us now. We didn't get a
Allemagne,
vote there either. The last 3
12
countries didn't vote
And
for
that
us.
completes the votes of the podcast jury. Good night.
Switzerland is still in the
Good
lead
night,
with
and
106.
thank you very
United
much
Kingdom
for your
second with
vote.
102.
Our next jury this evening is in Belgium.
Third, Germany at 97.
Goedenavond, bonsoir. Good evening, Belgium. Could I have your vote, please?
Hello Dublin, goedenavond. Brussels calling. Here is the result of the Belgian jury. Ireland, 1 point.
Ireland, 1 point. Irlande, 1 point.
Netherlands, 2 points.
Netherlands, 2 points. Pays-Bas, 2 points.
France, 3 points.
France, 3 points. France, 3 points.
Sweden, 4 points.
Sweden, 4 points. Suède, 4 points.
Yugoslavia, 5 points.
Yugoslavia, 5 points. Yougoslavie, 5 points.
Greece, 6 points.
Greece, 6 points. Grèce, 6 points.
Cyprus, 7 points.
Cyprus, 7 points. Chypre, 7 points.
United Kingdom, 8 points.
United Kingdom, 8 points. Royaume-Uni, 10 points. Pardon, 8 points.
Germany, 10 points.
Germany, 10 points. Allemagne, 10 points.
Denmark, 12 points.
Denmark, 12 points. Denmark, 12 points.
Denmark, that's 12 points.
And that completes the votes of the Belgian jury. Goedenavond, good night.
Good night, and
United
thank
Kingdom
you,
now in the lead with
Belgium.
110.
Our next jury this evening
107
is
to
the
Germany,
Greek
106 to
jury.
Switzerland.
Kalispera. Good evening, Greece. Could I have your vote, please?
Hello, Dublin. Athens calling. Well, here are the results of the Greek jury. Portugal, 1 point.
Portugal, 1 point. Portugal, 1 point.
Yugoslavia, 2 points.
Yugoslavia, 2 points. Yugoslavie, 2 points.
Netherlands, 3 points.
Netherlands, 3 points. Pays-Bas, 3 points.
Switzerland, 4 points.
Switzerland, 4 points. Suisse, 4 points.
Germany, 5 points.
Germany, 5 points. Allemagne, 5 points.
United Kingdom, 6 points.
United Kingdom, 6 points. Royaume-Uni, 6 points.
Belgium, 7 points.
Belgium, 7 points. Belgique, 7 points.
France, 8 points.
France, 8 points. France, 8 points.
Ireland, 10 points.
Ireland, 10 points. Irlande, 10 points.
Cyprus, 12 points.
Cyprus,
The first 12 for
12
Cyprus.
points. Chypre, 12 points.
And that completes the points of the Greek jury. Good
United
evening.
Kingdom is still
Good
in the lead
evening,
with
Greece,
116.
and thank you for
Switzerland
your
at
vote.
110.
And
Germany
our next
112.
jury is
Switzerland
the Cyprus
110.
jury. Kalispera. Good evening, Cyprus. Could I have your vote, please?
100 so far.
Good evening, Cyprus.
Hello, Dublin. Nicosia calling. Here are the results of the Cyprus jury. Sweden, 1 point.
Sweden, 1 point. Suède, 1 point.
Netherlands, 2 points.
Netherlands, 2 points. Pays-Bas, 2 points.
Yugoslavia, 3 points.
Yugoslavia, 3 points. Yougoslavie, 3 points.
United Kingdom, 4 points.
United Kingdom, 4 points. Royaume-Uni,
Very close
4
between
points.
Switzerland and Britain.
Belgium, 5 points.
Belgium, 5 points. Belgique, 5 points.
Greece, 6 points.
Greece, 6 points. Grèce, 6 points.
France, 7 points.
France, 7 points. France, 7 points.
Germany, 8 points.
Germany, 8 points. Allemagne, 8 points.
Switzerland, 10 points.
Switzerland, 10 points. Suisse, 10 points.
And Ireland, 12 points.
But could we win, I wonder?
Ireland, 12 points. Irlande, 12 points.
There are 3 countries
And
now,
that
120.
completes
That's
the points
Germany,
of the Cyprus jury. Good night and thank you.
Germany, Switzerland,
Good night,
and the United
Cyprus,
Kingdom.
and thank you for
120
your
points
vote.
each. It's nail-biting
We
time.
have
nail-biting
2
time.
more juries to go, the Swiss one and
We're
the
next
Swedish
with
one.
97.
And as you can see, things are getting fairly close, but I think
Very
we'll
close,
carry
they
on with the
certainly
voting.
are.
Bonsoir, Suisse. Puis-je avoir vos votes, s'il vous plaît?
Bonsoir Dublin, ici Berne. Voici les résultats du jury suisse. Irlande, 1 point.
Ah, well. That's it
Irlande, 1 point. Ireland, 1 point.
Espagne, 2 points.
We can't win
Espagne,
now, anyway.
2 points. Spain, 2 points.
Chypre, 3 points.
Chypre, 3 points. Cyprus, 3 points.
Israël, 4 points.
Israël, 4 points. Israel, 4 points.
Finlande, 5 points.
Finlande, 5 points. Finland, 5 points.
Luxembourg, 6 points.
Luxembourg, 6 points. Luxembourg, 6 points.
Grèce, 7 points.
Grèce, 7 points. Greece, 7 points.
Royaume-Uni, 8 points.
Royaume-Uni, 8 points. United Kingdom, 8 points.
Yougoslavie, 10 points.
Yugoslavie, 10 points. Yugoslavia, 10 points.
Et France, 12 points.
France, 12 points. France, 12 points.
Et ceci termine le vote du jury suisse. Bonne soirée, Dublin.
So it leads the United
Bonsoir
Kingdom
Suisse et
with
merci beaucoup pour
128.
votre vote.
Switzerland,
Now we've come
120.
to our last jury of the evening and it's the Swedish jury.
120.
Good afternoon, good evening Sweden. Could I have your vote please?
Good evening, Dublin. Stockholm calling. Here are the results of the Swedish jury. Switzerland, 1 point.
Switzerland, 1 point.
Austria, 2 points.
Austria, 2 points. Autriche, 2 points.
Israel, 3 points.
Israël, 3 points. Israël, 3 points.
Looks like Britain,
Denmark, 4 points.
Denmark, 4 points. Danemark, 4 points.
Luxembourg, 5 points.
Luxembourg, 5 points. Luxembourg,
Or Germany.
5 points.
Finland, 6 points.
Finland, 6 points. Finlande, 6 points.
Getting exciting.
Ireland, 7 points.
Ireland, 7 points. Irlande, 7 points.
United Kingdom,
United Kingdom, 8 points. Royaume-Uni, 8 points.
France, 10 points.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that vote. Could you repeat your last vote, please?
France, 10 points.
France, 10 points.
And then Germany, 12 points.
Germany, 12 points. Allemagne, 12 points.
And that completes the points of the Swedish jury. Good night, Martin.
Thank you very much for your vote.
I was talking to Terry Rowe before, and he says, there's no way we can win, because Ireland never gave us a vote, and France never gave us a vote. There you are, Ireland did indeed give them 10. So Britain are the winners. The 1981 Eurovision Song Contest. Of course, they about a fourth Irish anyway. Michael Nolan is Irish, and Cherry has an Irish grandmother.
And the winner of the Eurovision Song Contest 1981 with 136 points is the United Kingdom with Making Your Mind Up, sung by Bucks Fizz and composed by Andy Hill and John Danter.
He's really delighted with himself. That's Michael Nolan on the left there, making the way from the backstage here, the completely built backstage by RTE. The whole place has had to be built from the ground up, dressing rooms and all behind there. Coming up now, little ramp, and should be coming on the stage any second. To present the prizes, we have Shay Healy, who was the composer of last year's Eurovision winner, of course, what's another year, and Johnny Logan, who sang the song. And Shay said everybody was always getting out of it. He made so much money out of it, so he got a dress suit, made all the money back. So we'll see if he can do it.
And here to present the prizes are the winners of last year's Eurovision Song Contest, singer Johnny Logan and composer Shay Healy.
See his money back so far. Of course, we say this is Canadian, 76. Very proud of our production tonight. But Noel Green, the executive producer, and Ian McGarry, the producer director, can take a big bow.
Maintenant à la fin du concours Eurovision de la chanson 1981. J'espère que vous avez passé une soirée divertissante et je vous souhaite à tous en direct de Dublin une très belle nuit. Shinjar le comórtas áráníochta Eorafíse na bliana seo gnéideag 8 Tásúlagam gur bhain sibh go léir anahanamh as an oíche ó go chéine in saham le clia I bhagah.
I hope you enjoy the show. Good night as well. Maybe I said goodbye too quick, did I? I didn't know. Is that all right? Yeah, that's fine.
show.